I really want to get this video done now so I can go to bed. But there's a lot to go over. There's a lot to take in. But basically, I am at a loss for words as to what the fuck I just watched. Okay, a little thing I want to tell you before I begin this. Originally, I had a little bit of a plan because I didn't give two shits about the Reigns Lesnar match. I didn't give two shits. I didn't want to watch it at all. But then I thought of something. What if I watch the match while I'm recording? I can just have it on in the background as background, not noise, because my video would probably get copyright claimed if I did that. So I didn't. I just showed a few screens. I just turned my camera around to show you the screen, to just show you that the match was actually going on, and I did some commentary as I was watching, but tried my best not to pay attention to it. Hold on a moment. And I just sat there, just occasionally commenting on the show. I think I was about to start talking about the Taker match when because this, again, an old computer I'm using as a camera, it overheated and pretty much died on me. So I had to wait a while. So I decided, you know what, fuck it. I already started somewhat watching it. I didn't really pay attention as I didn't know everything that happened, but fuck it. I turned on the sound again, watched the rest of the Reigns Lesnar match. It was terrible, but that ending, just like the show itself, I am at a loss for words as to what the fuck I just watched. But let's get into that later. First things first. Let's get rid of that. First things first. Let's talk. So, first things first, let's just get over the pre-show really quickly. The Proto Battle Royals sucked, but they usually do. It's a Battle Royal. They usually are not that fun. I mean, the fact that Bray Wyatt showed up and joined forces with Woke and Matt Hardy and helped them win the Battle Royal, that was an interesting story. I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. Again, there's some pop-ups and things that show up here that I just need to get rid of. Well, again, old computer, it's a bit weird. And if you're hearing a lot of fan noise again, old computer doesn't work that way. But again, still don't have a good camera. I want to get one. I'm planning on at least somewhat getting one before the next E3. But anyway, let's get back into this. We have hold on a moment. Just need to do something really quick. Yeah, like I said, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal with Matt Hardy joining up with Bray Wyatt and winning the Battle Royal. Okay, nothing spectacular, but hey. Then there was the Cruiserweight Classic match. It was good, not that great, but then again, it really shouldn't have been on the pre-show in my eyes. They should have replaced it with another match. And considering what happened, I kind of wish they did what I suggested, which was to switch it with the US title match. But yeah, Cedric Alexander is the new Cruiserweight Champion. Congratulations to him on that. I hope he does well on 205 Live afterwards. But anyway, let's start with the show proper. The first match was the Intercontinental Championship match between The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. It was a good match. It was a really nice opener, and fast-paced, did the moves that it needed to do. It was really good. really good. All men performed really well. Even The Miz, who I normally don't like as an in-ring performer. His promo work is awesome, but his in-ring work is usually not that good. But he did well here. And congratulations to Seth Rollins on becoming the new Intercontinental Champion and Grand Slam Champion. So congrats on that. Not the way I thought they were going to keep it on The Miz just to, you know, I thought they were going to keep it on The Miz, you know, just to build his, oh, sorry, I'm really tired, just to set him up for his an eventual match with Daniel Bryan, where he would be the one to take the IC title off of him. But hey, I'm happy with Seth Rollins as Intercontinental Champion. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, no complaints about that match. Not even the fact that I got the result wrong, because, quite frankly, sorry, I just heard something. Because, quite frankly, if I was voting with my heart, I would have wanted Seth Rollins to win. So, I'm happy with that. Next up, surprising the hell out of me, we did the SmackDown Women's title match. Charlotte versus Asuka. It was really good. It was a really damn good match in my eyes. A lot of back and forth, a lot of good counters here and there, a lot of great moves, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Literally, Asuka's arm started to bleed. No, Charlotte's arm, sorry, started to bleed. And Charlotte was crying at some point. However, the finish. The finish was a mistake. Asuka should not have lost. That's just how I feel. Asuka should not have lost. She should have won that title. That's my opinion. She should have won the title. She should have gone on a bigger streak with that title, and then when she finally did lose, she would lose to someone who would also take the belt and go and have some good momentum behind her. Instead, I mean, it's not. I guess Charlotte was a very good opponent to lose to, and it was on WrestleMania. But at the same time, I'm not a huge fan. I wanted Asuka to keep going with it. I felt that was the right call, and they just broke it. So, I think this serves as a cautionary tale. If anyone has a streak, do not go to New Orleans. It's a horrible decision, because it's going to get broken. But yeah, the match itself was great. I just didn't agree with the finish. Speaking of not agreeing with the finish, then we had the Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship match between Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev. The match was okay, nothing special. It was kind of a drag. And a very standard TV match in my eyes. But what really, really got on my nerves was the ending. Shades of the past. Singh Brother interferes. The guy Jinder's fighting gets distracted. Kalas. Jinder wins the United States Championship. The same way he won and defended the WWE Championship when he held that. It's not the world title, so at least I'm just avoiding the mid-card for a while, but I don't want this. I really don't want Jinder as champion again, because he's boring as shit. But hey, at least it's the US title instead of the WWE Championship, so I can at least live with that. But yeah, not good. What was good though was the next match. The mixed tag team match. Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. This match was really good. It was really fun. It was classic. It was a very classic tag team match in a way, even though the rules kind of got screwed over a little bit with the fact that they started off traditionally tagging each other, but then all of a sudden every man that just entered the man and woman that entered the ring became legal for some reason. But Ronda did a lot of good stuff. Her ring work was really nice. She put on a lot of good moves. She was honestly really good, really fun to watch in the ring. She commanded a presence. She was presence. Kurt did really well for what he was doing. Triple H did well. The only complaints I have about them, and Stephanie for what she did was really good as well. I thought this was really fun and a really good match. I'm torn on whether or not this or Asuka versus Charlotte was the best match, because despite that I didn't like the finish to Asuka versus Charlotte, I still say that was one of the best matches of the night. Granted, considering what we're about to go into, that's not a hard thing to do. But anyway, this match really, what else can I say about it? These two, anyway, it's like I'm very torn on whether or not this match or Asuka versus Charlotte was the best match. But like I said, there were a couple of things I could complain about. In particular, I normally don't get this, but I did spot Triple H just audibly calling Spinebuster and then hitting one. I really don't like it when they take me out of the action like that. I would have preferred, but hey, that happens. And a few of the spots were a bit sloppy, but hey, they picked up after a while. But yeah, overall, this was a really fun match. But it did kind of kill the crowd afterwards, because they were noticeably quiet. I'm not sure if it was an audio issue or if the crowd was just not into anything. But the crowd was really weird. Anyway, the next match, which I believe, it was the triple threat tag match. The New Day, the Usos, and the Bludgeon Brothers. I only saw parts of this match because the network crapped out on me. It has done that sometimes. It's very finicky as to when it does that, but sometimes the network will just crash and then I have to wait a little while to get back into it. I'm not sure if it's the internet connection on my PlayStation or just in general, or from where I'm sitting, but normally the internet works fine where I am. It's just that specific thing seems to crap out every now and then. But anyway, I didn't get to see all of it. I did get to see the finish though, in which the Bludgeon Brothers won. Oh yeah, I should probably mention Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle won. Like anyone's surprised by that, it was Ronda's debut match. Of course she was gonna win. But anyway, the tag team match. I'm very happy with the winner. I thought it was a good decision. I'm not sure if the match itself was any good because, again, the network crapped out on me. I looked up a few things as to what people thought, and it seemed like that match was pretty bad. It was bad, but I don't know. I didn't see it. But I am planning to go back and watch that match, and I'll get to that. But I'm planning on going back and watching that. Up next, let's talk about it. John Cena. He from the pre-show and up until the end of the Asuka Charlotte match, Cena did what he said he was going to do. He sat in the crowd and he was going to be there as a fan. Even though most of the time when you cut to Cena, he sat like this. Didn't cheer, didn't do anything. He just sat there. Probably just waiting for his cue. Then a referee just ran down there and talked to John about something. Mentioned something that the Taker was here. John then sprung up, ran backstage, got into his gear, got in the ring after the triple threat tag match. Got ready for a match, but then another referee came out, said that there was something wrong. Then the lights went out, and then Elias showed up. John went back to his seat to continue being a fan, while Elias sung a song about how Cena sucked, and so did the rest of the crowd. Cena got fed up, ran in, beat up Elias. Elias posed for the crowd, thought, okay, I got my Mania moment essentially, so I'm gonna walk out of here. Walks up the ramp, when suddenly the lights go out. Then a spotlight appears in the ring, and Taker's gear is in the ring. Then suddenly a lightning bolt hits. Lightning bolts hit the gear. It goes dark, and the gear is gone. Then the lights go out. Go. The Dead Man. No bike, no nothing. It's the Dead Man. He's back, and he looks better than ever. He gets in the ring, does a standard entrance, gets in the ring. Cena's in the ring. Bell rings. We have a match. And the match is... I was shocked to the core, because I was sitting there giggling like a little kid, because if you saw my reaction to Survivor Series 2016, I essentially had the same reaction, because it was the same thing. Taker squashed John Cena. Got in the ring, ran around him a couple of times, hit him with a flying clothesline, wrenched his arm, did old school on him, went for a choke slam. Cena turned him around, slammed him to the ground to go for the final knuckle shuffle, but he was stopped when Taker sat up. Cena then tried to fight back, a hip, but was stopped by a choke slam, tombstone. That's it. Taker squashed John Cena. Then he walked up the ramp with his standard pose and walked away. I know people are probably going to be really mad about this, but I don't know. I fucking love this. After the disrespectful bullshit that they gave Undertaker last year, honestly, I felt he deserved a chance to just come in and destroy someone. And the fact that he destroyed John Cena made him look like an absolute joke. It was great. I loved it. It's terrible, but I loved it. But now the question becomes, though, was this the end? Or just the beginning? Yep. I'm still thinking there's another match in The Undertaker. My thoughts are either it's going to be a rematch, or I'm going to get what I want. Taker Styles. But if Taker does come out and say, you know what, I'm done. I just wanted to do this one thing, just finish off John Cena. That's it. You know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Cena getting squashed by Undertaker and that being his last match. Hell, The Rock's last match was a squash match against Eric Rowan, so you know what? Taker going out on a squash, as in he squashes someone, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly happy. I know some people hate it, and I understand completely why you hate it, but I don't care. I love this. Moving on, after that came the SmackDown tag match. As in not the tag team title match, but the match between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, from a moment perspective, seeing Daniel Bryan back in the ring, kicking ass, being absolutely awesome in the ring, was great. I got sucked into the moment. It was awesome to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring. It was awesome to see him kick some serious ass, and he hadn't lost a step. He was still as great as he used to be. I am super looking forward to seeing what he can do as an active competitor going forward. That being said, this match, it was fun, but it was a complete destruction of Kevin and Sami. Because before the match began, during Kevin, sorry, my computer was acting up a little weird. I'm not sure if you heard it, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attacked Bryan and Shane during their entrance, or they played their entrance on the ramp, and then they just appeared from behind them. They beat the hell out of them and powerbombed Bryan on the apron, so he was out of commission for a good half of the match. And despite that, Shane McMahon beat the holy hell out of him. He wasn't winning, but he was beating the shit out of them. He was doing just fine on his own. Then when Bryan came in, forget about it. They were basically destroying Kevin and Sami. Hell, Bryan was hit with a haluva kick and a pop-up powerbomb and kicked out of both. And Sami and Kevin lost. As Bryan hit a really nice running knee, locked in the yes lock, 1, 2, 3. No, not 1, 2, 3. Sami tapped out. There you go. Sami and Kevin are probably going to Raw. Bryan is back in. And yeah, this match was a bit of a burial for Kevin and Sami. Not good. I would like to see a rematch down the line, but rather just between Bryan and Sami or Bryan and Kevin. But yeah, I'm hoping that, because this was really bad for, like, it was great for Daniel to come back, but it was terrible for Kevin and Sami. Moving on, I believe the next match was Nia versus Alexa for the Raw Women's Championship. Nia comes out, and before the bell even rings, she runs over to Mickie James and beats the holy hell out of her. Beats the shit out of her, takes her out of commission. So it's just Alexa versus Nia. Nia is overwhelming her for most of the match, but Alexa finds some weak points, like stabbing her in the eye with her thumb or something, or thumbing her in the eye as it's called, and working the legs. This ultimately doesn't work. Nia still beats the hell out of her, hits her with a second rope, I believe, second rope Samoan drop, 1, 2, 3, your new women's champion. I don't have a problem with that. I felt Alexa's reign should have come to an end by now, and I'm happy to see Nia as the champion. The match wasn't anything to write home about, but it was alright for what it was in my eyes. Up next, we had the WWE Championship match, I believe. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was okay. It was just okay. And that's pretty bad. They were hyping up this match and all that. I thought this match was going to be really good. Like, these two are great wrestlers. I thought these two could put on a great match. And yet, I would actually say that Shinsuke's match with Rusev from Fastlane was better than this. It was still good, but it wasn't anything that special. AJ won, which I did predict because I thought they weren't going to pull the trigger on Shinsuke. And then the aftermath. Shinsuke bows to AJ, gives him the championship to show he was the better man, and then promptly low blows him. And then kicks the hell out of him, just kicks him around, hits him with a Kinshasa, and walks out. So Shinsuke's turned heel. Honestly, I think he needed it. I think he needed to just develop a character. So we're gonna get a rematch. And with Shinsuke as a heel, I'm hoping this means that we're gonna get some sort of blood feud between these two. I would love to see that. See these two kick the living shit out of each other. Like, this could probably be a really good match. This one though, it was okay. Not spectacular. It was okay. Up next, the Raw Tag Team title match. We're finally gonna figure out who Braun's partner is. Was it Samoa Joe? Was it the return of Neville? Was it a jobber like Elias? No. Braun literally walked into the crowd and picked up a 10-year-old boy named Nicholas, put him on the ramp, tagged him in once just to stand there looking at Cesaro, tagged himself in again, beat the shit out of Sheamus and Cesaro, hit the power slam, 1, 2, 3. Your new Raw Tag Team Champions are Braun Strowman and Nicholas, a little 10-year-old. Wow. That is what the... Whoa. This is really weird. I mean, it was a perfect opportunity to bring back someone from injury. I know for a fact that Big Cass and Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy and all that, those are back from injury. Those can compete, but nope. A little kid. Though I strangely don't mind it that much, because everything else on this show was a bit crazy. So why the heck not? A 10-year-old as the tag team champion alongside Braun Strowman. Why not? Probably gonna lose the belts tomorrow, but I don't care. This was weird, but kind of fun at the same time. The match sucked, but hey, what do you expect? And then, the match I wasn't originally supposed to watch, well, kind of. I didn't give a shit about this match, didn't watch the video package, didn't watch the entrances, didn't listen to anything up until the last few minutes. But that's only because this thing crapped out on me. But I'm actually sad that I didn't get to go through with that because of what happened at the end. But let's talk about this match, kind of. I didn't really pay too much attention, but from what I could tell, it was dull as shit. It was boring. Nobody cared about the match. In fact, nobody did, because I listened in on the because when I listened in on the crowd, it seemed like everyone was throwing around beach balls, like 4 of them. At the same time, someone had smuggled in beach balls and were just throwing them around, not giving a shit about this match. And then, like, no matter what Roman and Brock did, they could not get the fans to care. And then they started the sequence where Brock hits him with the F5. He kicks out. Nobody cares. No one in the crowd reacted. Not once. Like, no one just reacted to a 2 or something like that. Nope, they didn't care. Brock started hitting F5 after F5 after F5. He hit 5 F5s. And Roman still kicked out. And the crowd was just chanting, "This is boring." Or "This is awful." And I agree. This was terrible. This was an awful match. They even tried a spot where Brock just hit him with his elbow to get Roman to gush. And he gushed pretty well. But there was a lot of blood. But the crowd didn't care. None of us did. He hits Brock with 2 spears in a row. We think, okay, finally this is over. 1, 2, nope. Brock kicks out. It's like, ugh, we're going to drag this on, aren't we? Brock goes... Roman runs the ropes, ready to hit that spear, bouncing off the ropes, which beats Cena and The Undertaker and all that, which just sucked. Brock catches him, F5 for the 6th time, 1, 2. Look. Yep. You know how I said in that predictions video that there was only one thing? There was only 2 things that was going to shock me in this match, and if the first one happened, the second one would also happen. Well, the first one didn't happen. I said that what would shock me is if Roman didn't kick out of the first F5, which he did. He kicked out of 5 of them. And the other one was, it would shock me if Brock won. He did. The 6th. That was the one time the crowd woke up. They didn't give 2 shits about this match. They didn't want to see it. Nobody cared about it. And when Brock won, the crowd exploded. Everyone exploded. I exploded. Not literally speaking, of course, but still. I was shocked to the core. Like, what? I thought it was a foregone conclusion that Brock was going to lose and go off to the UFC. But no. He won. He beat Roman. They pulled the plug. They finally cut the cord. They finally said, no, Roman is not beating Brock. We all thought it was going to happen, but it didn't. We all thought that this match wasn't worth caring about because it was a foregone conclusion that Roman was going to win. He didn't. We all thought that... We all thought this was the end of Brock. And yet, here we are. WrestleMania is over. This show is done. Your winner and still Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. What the hell are we gonna do? Is gonna happen for the next few weeks? What the hell is gonna happen? There's literally it. I am at a loss for words as to what the fuck is gonna happen. I did not expect this at all. And well, you would think I would be happy that Brock is still the champion and not Roman. One of the reasons I didn't want this match to happen is because I don't want either man to be champion. Brock is never there and Roman is boring as shit. So, what, is Brock going to show up tomorrow and just relinquish the belt? That doesn't make any sense to me. There's still plenty of opponents. Why relinquish the belt? Is he gonna stick around with... What about all the UFC stuff? Well, Dana White himself was at WrestleMania. We saw him celebrate after Ronda won her match. And yeah, Brock didn't lose. He won. He's still the Universal Champion. He had a terrible main event match, but the only thing people are going to remember from it is that he won. Against all odds, he won. Brock Lesnar is still Universal Champion. Brock Lesnar is still here. Brock Lesnar is not done. And Roman Reigns has lost for the second time in a match involving Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Roman lost. This was weird. This whole show was weird. From an overall sense, I will say this show was passable. From a booking decision standpoint, it was very, very, very weird. The IC title match? Great. The women's title match? Great, with questionable booking. The US title match? Meh. The mixed tag match? Great. The SmackDown Tag Team title match? Didn't get to see it, but I'm happy with the result. Take Your Cena? Again, it's terrible, but I love it. Bryan, SmackDown Tag Team match. Great to see Bryan back, but the match itself was not that. Was a bit of a burial for Shane and Owens. The Raw Women's title match, meh, but I agree with the result. The WWE Championship match, disappointing. An interesting angle to go forward, but still a disappointing match. The Raw Tag Team title match, absolute insanity. And Brock versus Roman, absolute garbage, but one hell of an ending. As in, I thought it was impossible for him to shock us, because I didn't think they would ever do this. But they did. This was the only way they could shock us. The only way was for Brock to win. And he did. I am very curious about Raw now. I'm going to be tuning into Raw. But now, I need a well overdue rest. You're probably not going to see me covering wrestling again, probably until the next Royal Rumble. But, because I normally don't do videos for anything other than Summers. Like, nowadays I don't do anything for any video because I don't want to use this camera at all. Like, if I really want to talk about something like E3 or WrestleMania season, I will. But other than that, yeah. So unless there's something really important that I want to get my thoughts out on, you're not going to see another video from me until probably E3, or until I get another ending from Star Wars: The Old Republic out, as I said in the predictions video. But yeah, was one weird fucking show. Was it good? Was it bad? All I can say is that it certainly was a show. It was really weird. All I can say right now is the next Universal Champion, since you didn't give it to Roman, Roman, maybe you can do us all a favor and give it to someone else. Anyone else. Joel, Braun, maybe a new guy. Hell, I heard rumors about Bobby Lashley coming back. Why the fuck not? It's better than Roman, and it's better than Brock. Next Universal Champion. Neither of those guys, please. As you saw from WrestleMania, that match sucked. And the only thing that's going to be remembered is that you swerved us with the fact that Brock is still the champion. So yeah, that was WrestleMania, and I'm gonna take a I'm dragging out this intro because I'm not sure how to end it. So I'm just gonna say I'm going to bed.